Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness. Day 150. 5 months deep of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. We're back in full effect. Alrighty. Good morning, Liz. Good, how's it going? Hopefully you got some good rest yesterday. I know I did. Psych. All right. I'll see you on the other side. Thankful to be here. Thankful to be here. Hey, everybody. Eduardo. What's up, Jew? How's it going, man? Good morning, Kaylee. Good morning. Good morning. I don't need that quite yet. Okay, so we just finished our meditation routine. Pardon me. Oh, that just reminded me. I need to tell Yang, great job. So we have a gentleman, one of my good buddies. He's actually on his third day for the journey to greatness, and he's pretty excited about it. So congratulations to you. You know who you are. He's probably not online right now, but he messaged me yesterday, so I figured I'd give him the honorable mention. But now we're going to get into our reading routine. Currently, right now, we're almost done with Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. It's been a wonderful book so far. But if you're joining us for the first time, we're going to go ahead and get into our reading routine here. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Carl, good morning. What's up, man? How's it going? Hey, would you look at that? We're on page 150. Hmm. Awesome. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to take my notes on this. So now we're going to get into our journaling session if we haven't already. But if you're joining us for the first time, good morning, Matt. How's it going? If you're joining us for the first time, the journaling session, I like to start off by writing about things that I'm grateful for. And two things that I'm most grateful for in the morning, if you're just joining us for the first time, are waking up, obviously, and having exceptional health. Two greatest things in the morning. So I like to mention that first, and then I just go through my days. So if there's something about yesterday that I'm super grateful of, then I go ahead and write that. If there's something I wish to manifest or create, today and onward, I can write that too. So it's just a journal to get some of the brilliant, toxic, positive, whatever the ideas are in your mind down on paper. A good way to journal and track your journey. So a number of good purposes, good reasons for it. If you have any questions, of course, just give me a call. Just give me a call. Just message me and I can explain it in more detail over a conversation. So I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, welcome back. I think this pen is almost done. I hope everybody had a wonderful... Oh, dude, we just used another pen. This is actually one of my favorite pens. Oh, this one's going in the garbage. But, dang, we're doing some serious writing. This is like our third pen that we've used. Good morning, Mr. Hopkins. How's it going? So new. What's up, brother? Good morning. Good morning. Tony C. I see you, brother. Good morning. Antonio. So, hopefully everybody who celebrates had a great day of Valentine's yesterday. And interestingly enough, we're on the topic of sex here in the book. And the other day, we had our mind blown by the concept that you can transmute the energy of sex. Actually having a conversation with one of my good friends, she said that you could, instead of, because sex feels a little vulgar to me, and so the term that we coined was intimacy. So, but for those who are reading the book, so as I say the word sex, transmute that word or translate that word into more thinking of it as intimacy. But for the sake of using the book so there's not confusion, I'll just use the word sex. So transmuting the energy of sex into energy to help you manifest your dream. So operating from the mental or mind stimulation that and energy that sex gives you. And then using that to create. And this book, so that was pretty much the whole idea of it all. But in these next few pages, pretty much Napoleon Hill talks about how sex can be negatively impactful for you, or it could be, the idea and the conception or the conceptualization of sex can be negatively, can be a negative energy for you. So not every person knows, however, that overindulgence in sex expression may become a habit as destructive and as detrimental to creative effort as narcotics or liquor. A sex madman is not essentially different than a dope madman. Both have lost control over their faculties of reason and willpower. Sexual overindulgence may not only destroy reason and willpower, but it may also lead to either temporary or permanent insanity. Many cases of hypochondria, imaginary illness, quote unquote, grow out of habits developed in ignorance of true function of sex. So sex is a wonderful thing, but if overindulged in, can absolutely obliterate creative functions that we have within us, just like drugs or alcohol can. And the reason why this is so important is because sex is one of the strongest stimuli for humans on earth. So to know this is really important to create balance of overindulgence of sex, what we're using it for, and how we're using it to transmute and create energy into helping us with our goals or our ambitions is really, really important to understand. Seldom does an individual enter upon highly creative effort in any field or of endeavor before the age of 40. The average man reaches the period of his greatest capacity to create between 40 and 60. These statements are based upon analysis of thousands of men and women who fail to arrive before the age of 40, male and women who have been carefully observed. They should be encouraging to those who fail to arrive before the age of 40 and those who become frightened at the approach of old age around the 40-year mark. The years between 40 and 50 are, as a rule, the most fruitful. Pause. Everybody out there who says, "Oh, I'm getting old, I'm in my 40s," you're crazy. Pause. You're not getting old. You're actually coming into the best years of your life, and that's something to mention. The years between 40 and 50 are, as a rule, the most fruitful. Again, man should approach this age not with fear and trembling, but with hope and eager anticipation. So, the whole point of this paragraph is widespread ignorance on the subject of sex is due to the fact that the subject has been surrounded with mystery and beclouded by dark silence. The conspiracy of mystery and silence has had the same effect upon the minds of young people that the psychology and prohibition had. The result has been increased curiosity and desire to acquire more knowledge on this verboten subject, and to the shame of all lawmakers and most physicians, by training best qualified to educate youth on that subject, information has not been easily available. So what he's saying is, excuse me, you highlight that because that paragraph's important. And there goes my highlighter. That's empty. So what Napoleon is saying here is our society is very ignorant to how sex is used, how sex is performed. And a lot of the times it's frowned down upon. And the reason why it's frowned down upon is because it's, well, at least in America, not frowned down upon, but it's just not openly discussed. In other countries, like I said, I don't feel that sex is such a secretive or expletive, type of, action or thing that, happens. It's more normalized, like it is. And we can't deny it, some people have higher sex drives than others. That doesn't make that person a better sex lover or crazy or a bad person. If you have a higher sex drive than somebody else, that's totally okay, right? There's a number of other things that can, pretty much go into that. But if somebody has a lower sex drive, there's nothing wrong with that either. It's not that, you're this way or you're that way or you're confused. We talked about this before. You don't have to have, intimacy on that level every single day if you're with a partner that you love unconditionally, because sometimes these relationships are not fundamentally based around physical nature. It's the spiritual nature. It's the spiritual aspect, the spiritual connection that you have with that person that gives you satisfaction. And holy crap, mind blown. Holy crap, mind blown. And I just came to that realization when I just said that. And I think that's the transmutation of energy of sex, because you not only intimately connect with that person on a physical level, but your souls start to intertwine. And with that gives you that feeling of joy, that gives you that feeling of intimacy, that gives you that feeling of 100% fulfillment. And when you feel that way, when you feel better, right, then you start transmuting that energy into your creative capacity. And when that creative capacity means your ability to create, your ability to dream, to imagine, to see and feel your future right here today and creating your reality, even though your senses are telling you your reality is something totally different. Holy smokes, that's crazy. That's a perfect example, or one primary variable, I believe, on how you transmute energy of sex and intimacy into your higher creative power. Wow, that's pretty cool. So the part about being 30 or 40, a lot of people don't step into their creative space. Like I said, everybody who's on this message, everybody who's in this session with us today, you guys are the greatest of all time. Whether you like to admit it or not, whether you know that or not, you are the greatest of all time at whatever you do, which is primarily being you, right? So anything else that you do, there is no competition. There are no competitors out here. There's enough money. There's enough business to go around for everyone. And a lot of people don't step into their creative effort at all. They're completely ignorant to it. And so, and with that, they lose, or they don't even see the balance or the understanding between using sex as a transmuted energy to help with creation. Now, if you're in your 30s or you're in your 40s, the most beautiful thing, and you're in your 50s, you are in the prime time of your pause. You are in one of the prime times of your life. And it's totally up to you to decide how impactful you want to be. You could be 60 and be going into the prime time of your life. But at the end of the day, that's determined on how awoke you are, or how woke you are. And the way to become more woke is by reading. The way to become more woke is start paying attention to how your body feels. The way you become more woke is starting to see the people you hang out with and how they influence you negatively or positively. The way you stay more woke is by meditating and being in total one with balance, the food that you're consuming, the music that you listen to, the things that you do in your life when you're all alone in a dark room. These things are these are some of the ways that you stay more woke. And so, if you're woke now and you're going into those years, your best years are yet to come. And I think that's what this book is saying. So instead of, I was listening to Joel Osteen the other day, and he said, you really, really, really have to be careful on how you declare yourself. When you wake up in the morning and you say, I'm tired, you are inviting tiredness to come find you. If you wake up in the morning and you say, I am old, you are looking for wrinkles to come and find you. You are looking for oldness and age and sore and bitterness, or whatever that's defined negatively as, to come and find you. And so the number one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to associate yourself with anything negative to the way you're feeling, or when you're describing yourself. The I am statement, if you go look up what I am is, anytime you refer to I am, you are referring to your highest self, which is your spiritual self, your subconscious. And so if you wake up every morning and you say, I am rich, or I am wealthy, I am full, I am complete, I am with my significant other, I am, you make a number of I am statements. It's a good exercise to try, and it's a good way to invite that energy to come and find you. And so we have to, constantly, be mindful of how we're defining ourselves, and know, I think overall, and know, that our best years are yet to come. And so I think that the journey to greatness has given that to me in a large degree, in a large capacity of attention. So sex can be a very powerful thing too, of manipulation, obviously. When driven by his desire to please a woman based upon the motive of sex alone, a man may steal, cheat, and even commit murder. Crazy. Pause. Very interesting. But when the emotion of love is mixed with the emotion of sex, that same man will guide his actions with more sanity, balance, and reason. That's important, because it just goes back to what we literally just said in summary of something else. With the balance and being aware of how sex plays a life, understanding your level of sex drive and being able to verbally and emotionally communicate that with your significant other, or just, somebody else that you are involved with, is, I think, very important. That's an important discussion to have, especially when considering marriage, right? Because there's no worse thing than one person having a higher sex drive than the other person. Yes, this is conversations that we should actually have. So when we talk about getting to know your partner, when we talk about getting to know your significant other, the person you want to be with, right? That type of conversation is one to be had, along with, what are your, religious beliefs? Where do you see yourself? What are your drives? What are your motivations? What type of woman are you? What type of man are you? Who are you going to be? What's your goals? Things like that, right? This sex conversation is one of very high importance, especially considering and knowing, per the book, that sex is one of our primary stimuli. So um, criminologists have discovered that the most hardened criminals can be reformed through the influence of a woman's love. There is no record of a criminal having been reformed solely through the sex influence. Okay, that's a huge one. This is the thing. Women, ladies, you all are some very, 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 very powerful humans, souls and energies. And that's an amazing thing. And I think not only is it an amazing thing, but it's something to find balance with. Because even when you're not trying, you're more than likely just being very, very beautiful just the way you are. And that is facts. And some men obviously will do anything to get your attention, and will jump over bridges. And I'm sure all the ladies out there who have significant others, they would give you the world every single day if they were able to grab it. So with that being said, a woman's love is one to be cherished and something to be highly respected. Almost like putting it on a pedestal. Like a woman's love can change the hardest of criminals. And as men in this society nowadays, it's interesting because we're taught, and we've talked about this before, that we're supposed to be super masculine, super dominant, non-emotional beings. And if you're ever confused about what it looks like to be emotional, just look at a woman's love, right? Look at a woman's love. Look at the way they care. Look at the way that they embrace. Look at the way that they emotion. Look at these things and take note of them and incorporate that into your characteristic being, however it suits you or however it fits you best. And so I do believe that's the true fact that woman's love. There's no love like a woman's love, and I think again that's something to cherish and that's something to respect wholeheartedly. And the book is saying that a woman's love can shape the hardest criminal, not sex influenced. It's the woman's love. It's the woman's touch. It's that and I'm speaking purely gender in terms of women here, only because that's what the book is talking about. So that can be transmuted to whatever understanding or whatever come from that you come from. That's totally cool. But you understand it's an unbiased statement only to the book. So let me see here. The emotions may likewise be combined so as to create a deadly poison. The emotions of sex and jealousy, when mixed, may turn a person into an insane beast. The presence of any one or more of destructive emotions in the human mind through the chemistry of the mind sets up poison, which may destroy one's sense of justice and fairness. In extreme cases, the presence of any combination of these emotions in the mind may destroy one's reason. So, sex can be also very toxic. We already talked about that. Some people will kill over sex, and women and men and things like that. So I think this is a great lesson. I think this is a fantastic lesson, especially in a society where we shun those who are very impartial toward those who choose to make intimacy a part of their career, and we are impartial to those who have stronger sex drives than others, and it's even more important, not so much on the outside, but on the inside, and how you look at yourself, and knowing what your sex drive is like, and having that honest conversation with yourself, and then being able to take that that understanding of your sex drive and how it gets you going and what it makes you feel like, and how you can transmute that or take that energy that you would otherwise get from intimacy and put it into your creative matter, your creative thinking, which will help you create a better reality for yourself, So being in balance and understanding that that this stuff is really something to talk about with yourself and with others, it's totally okay. That this is an open space for that. And the more in tune you become with your drive and the things that get you going in terms of stimulus, the more powerful you are. So take some time and stew on that one. I like that a lot, actually, especially because in any other capacity, I probably wouldn't be talking about this. But because the book has invited us into that space, I'm definitely stepping in, and I appreciate it a lot, and I feel really happy about it. It makes me feel eased that we could talk about it on this platform at this capacity in such a high level of respect and openness. So with that, I love you guys so much. Congratulations, we made it to 5 months. Congratulations, we made it to 5 months, you guys. We are not normal. We are beyond normal. We are genius. We are genius. We are greatness. And good morning, Auntie. How's it going? Thank you. Hope you have an excellent day. Happy Thursday. Mr. Hopkins, good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you. Hope you have an excellent day. I hope everyone has the best day of their lives today. Thank you for joining me on the journey to greatness with David McDonald, the GOAT. And if you are on our messenger board this morning, thank you so much for jumping on our messenger board. It makes me smile every time I see you guys present and alert here with me in the mornings on the board active. And if you haven't yet, please jump over to the Journey to Greatness page. I think we need 1 like to get to 30. I thought we had 30, but maybe somebody unliked it. But that's totally cool. The Journey to Greatness, if you could jump over to that page if you haven't already, it's just in the subject bar next to my name above the day 150. And just click like. So that's cool. I want to do it all organically and not invite anyone. So I think that's a respective approach. And once you like it, you become a member. And when you become a member, you don't have to do anything. You have to pay any dues. But if you enjoy these sessions, it's going to be cool to kind of keep up with what's going on. So love you guys. Again, have the best day of your lives, and I'll see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Peace.